welcome to the Diamond Niner Fans podcast for the week of March 19th, 2018. I'm Nick, as always, here with Kevin.
What's up, Niner Nation?
And definitely, as always, microphoneless producer Brad also here with us. Kevin, it's Sunday night. The defending national champions in basketball. I think probably by now the game is over. Maybe producer Brad will check the score for us. But I believe your defending national champions just got creamed in Uptown Charlotte by the Texas A&M Aggies. Heartbreaking, I know. Nevertheless, the game is over. The game is over. That's just too bad. Nevertheless, here we are talking baseball. Kevin, we got to do baseball, right?
Oh, yeah. You forgot to introduce Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, Matthew. All right. Yeah. Those of you that were at the stadium, you may have heard that. There was somebody in the FIU dugout every time they scored this weekend. All right. So, I don't know. Just thought we would lead with it, right?
Good stuff. That's good stuff.
Good stuff. Good times, right? Good times. We'll get to you, FIU. We're going to have something to say about you. Kevin, we got another week in the books and another milestone for the show. We crossed over the 1,000 viewer mark this week. How about that?
Unbelievable. I think my parents have only listened once or twice too, so they haven't clicked on it 1,000 times.
Well, my mom might have.
Okay. Well, nevertheless, we passed that milestone. So.
And I only have one question about all that, really. And I mean, I'm just on. Why? Why?
Still only one thumbs down.
Still only one thumbs down. I don't know. I don't know why anybody would listen to us, but neither do we. But here we are. Here we are.
I'm glad you do listen to us out there if you're listening now.
Yeah, I mean, we love you guys. We just, we don't know. We don't know what's going on. We do love hearing from you guys. As always, check us out on Twitter at Diamond9ER Fans, Diamond Niner Fans on Facebook, or if you want to email us, some of you folks might be a bit more old-fashioned, and we dig that. Diamond9ERFans@gmail.com. Send us an email. So, Kevin, we had a big weekend. We're going to talk baseball here in a minute. I'm going to talk just a second here about some of the happenings that were going on in Uptown Charlotte on Saturday. I know you've done this in the past, and I had not, so it was my year to participate. But we were down at the St. Patrick's Day parade downtown, where this has kind of been Rob Dibble's thing for several years. It's a day, right? He figured it's a day where everybody's supposed to wear green. We wear green every day. So if there's a parade for people that wear green, that Niners should be in it, right?
Right. It's only right that we participate and share in the green love.
Yeah, and so you have, it was really cool if you've never been. And I honestly, I've lived in Charlotte all my life, had never actually been to the St. Patrick's Day parade. And so the first time I'm in it, or go to it, I'm walking in it. Rob was there with his ambulance, with the Normulance, his tailgating vehicle. Chip Wampler, the mobile mine shaft, that's his tailgating vehicle. The athletic department has gotten in behind it. We had cheerleaders and gold dusters. We just had fans, the first 49s there.
Forgot Norm. Norm was there.
Norm the Niner was wearing his baseball jersey, his whole baseball uniform. So Norm walked in the parade. And it was just a chance to march in the St. Patrick's Day parade. Everybody's already wearing green, and we had all kind of stuff. They had mini footballs we gave out, and Niner bead necklaces. I think there was some vouchers for tickets to the spring game. There's just a bunch of stuff, and the awesome part is there were a lot of folks in the crowd wearing their Niner gear.
Yeah, some people, that's all the green they have, like me.
Come to think of it, that's well, what else green do you need, though? That's pretty much true. Yeah, all the green I have is 49er gear. So it was awesome. It was a fun time. And I'm going to tell you, folks, this is just word to the wise here. As much fun as the parade was, the best part about it is I did not drive downtown. I didn't. I got on the light rail out at the university and rode downtown and got off the stop, was literally 2 blocks from where I needed to meet everybody at. And then when we got done with the parade, we were right at another stop. And I got on it. My daughter was with me, so my daughter and I did the whole thing together. And we rode right back to campus and got back to campus in time for first pitch on Saturday. This is and Kevin, I know you had a chance to ride it on Saturday night as well.
Yeah, I did. Wasn't the wisest choice by me, but after our game Saturday, I took the 2 boys, got on the train, and went uptown to have dinner just to check it out. And
Kevin took his boys on a bar crawl uptown on St. Patrick's Day.
I pretty much I was part of it on the train at least because it was standing room only on the train going uptown. But once we got there, we were a block. We walked, had dinner with the boys, and then jumped back on the train and went back up to campus. And kids loved it. They loved the train. They love riding the trains at that age. So we had a good time. Looking forward to getting on that more, especially the next couple of weeks with the uptown baseball games.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I mean, everybody's been talking about this light rail connection for our campus for such a long time, and not that I didn't believe them or buy into it, because it's like, yeah, that's pretty cool. But when everybody's been saying how transformational it was going to be for the university, it's kind of like, okay, well, it's kind of a neat thing, I guess. But then when I did it, and how easy it was to get downtown, and I hate driving down there, parking, paying to park, the whole thing. Doing it was a real eye opener for me. I mean, it's like, wow, I wish we had this when I was here.
Yeah, I mean, just walking around there, you can tell it's going to be a big deal. And
yeah,
I mean, just all the construction that's been completed, and they're finally the final product is finally there after years of construction. It looks really nice. I was very happy and very pleased with the ride uptown and back.
Yeah, and to your point, Kevin, when we have these uptown games, which like we do this week, the next 2 Tuesdays, right? Next 2 Tuesdays.
Yep, that's right.
So Tuesday, it's a $4 round trip, and they have discounts for students. I think my daughter was like $2, and there's a senior citizens rate. It's cheaper. I don't remember what it was. Is it $3? I don't know. But we're talking about a $4 round trip to not have to park downtown, not have to drive downtown. And when it's over with, you just get back on the train and go back.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Also, the train that I was on had a picture of Matt Horkey on it. So,
did it really?
Oh yeah. And there were some other Niner athletes, but yeah, Matt Horkey was on my train in picture form.
I didn't see that. I don't think that was on my train. But I'm gonna have to look for that now. Now I want to ride the train with Matt Horkey on it now. I feel like I missed out on something. Okay.
You did.
Well, we'll see. See if we can get that right on Tuesday. All right, so big event. Just to wrap that up, that was an awesome deal. I know it was my first time. It won't be my last. Just got to get down there, and I hope that continues to grow because I think it's good exposure for us to get into the city.
Yeah. And also we know how parking is on campus sometimes. Dealing with especially midweek games that we have on baseball wise, parking's a nightmare sometimes. So it could be easier just to park at a park and ride it on in and walk to the game. So
yeah, especially if you're from south of town, that's going to be the way to go to football and baseball. And I guess with on campus transportation, basketball, you could ride a bus up to Halton. But yeah. But if you want to see some of the imagery, I did a couple of live shots from up there. Look at our Twitter feed. What's it called? Periscope. Yeah, I periscoped some of the parade, and you can kind of see everybody and see what kind of scene it was. So if you didn't get a chance to see that, go check that out. That's on our Twitter feed. So Kevin, we lead off segment here. We had Tuesday night. We were uptown for the first game at BB&T Ballpark against Wake Forest. The boys took care of business in an emphatic way. Wake Forest they were coming off a series win over Florida State, right? They were ranked what 7th, I think.
Yeah.
And then this weekend they take care. They win 2 out of 3 from Louisville. But so right in between their two, Louisville was like 11th. So right in between their 2 top 11 series wins was an absolute butt kicking at the hands of the Niners, 13-1.
Right. Yeah. We kind of mentioned it a little bit last week. They were going into our game. They were 0-3 during the midweek. So it seems to me like there was a little drop off pitching wise with them from their weekday guys to the midweek guys. But yeah, we jumped right on them right off the bat. I think we scored we batted around in first. Yeah, we batted around in first. I think Tommy Bullock had a leadoff hit in the first 2 innings. So yeah, I think pretty much everybody hit in that game. Great atmosphere. The cold weather kind of kept the crowd a little light, but it was a
And it was cold.
and yeah, but it was a good road trip for the Niners. We were officially the road team in that game, but I don't think the RPI wise, I think it counts as a neutral site game. But
That's what I was getting ready to ask if they count that as a road win.
But yet, I think Wake's come back to the Hayes this year, so their 2 game. We usually go home and home. I guess their home game was the BB&T ballpark game. But great atmosphere. Had a good time. Saw some Niner beforehand. Tailgating out there. Stopped by Belfast.
We didn't figure out who that was, did we?
No. I don't know who they were. One of the flat lots, there was a bunch of Niners out there tailgating. And
This is the way I figured. If you are crazy enough to be tailgating out in that cold uptown before a baseball game for the Niners, you're probably also crazy enough to be listening to this. If that was you, tell us who you were. Well, we were like, Kevin comes into the stadium and says, "Hey, man, these people are tailgating out there." I'm like, "Really? Well, like Wake fans?" He goes, "No, they were Charlotte fans." "Did you know them?" "No, I didn't know who they were." If you're out there, reach out, send us an email, send us a tweet, something. We'd love to know who you guys were, because we need to get with you guys is what we need to be doing.
Yeah, that's right. I ended up going up to Belfast and met some Niners up there. Jesse Garber, shout out to Jesse, and Drew Garrison. We're hanging out up there. Saw a former
Are
Niner.
we going to talk about those guys on here?
Well, I want to talk about a former Niner, Sam Pierce was there. But yeah, had a good time. Went over to the ballpark. Great atmosphere. Great ballpark. Even if it was a little chilly out, it was unbelievable place to watch a game. We had pretty good seats down behind the home plate. A lot of people were up in that home run club or home plate club.
I thought we were sitting there, Kevin, and I thought, man, everybody's just gotten cold and left. And I turned around, and I mean, there's like 500 people in the home plate club. I mean, it looked like that bus that train you were trying to get on, where there was standing room only, and you turn around, and it's like, man, everybody just went inside.
Well, yeah. It was warm in there, but back to the game. We had a pretty good. Chase Gooding got to start. He had a good outing. He
was very good.
Yeah, I mean, their pitching might have had a letdown from their midweek guys, from their weekday guys, but their lineup was still full strength. And Chase went through the lineup. He only gave up 1 earned run in 4 inning pitch. He had ended up with 5 strikeouts. I mean, I joked around that in the first inning he struck out 5 guys, but the umpire only saw 3 of them. Mm-hmm. But yeah, 4 innings, 5 Ks, 1 earned run. And our bullpen was just as strong against their lineup, their tough lineup. Bruce came in for 3 strong innings. Patton followed him, and Pinckney came in. No earned runs across the board there for the bullpen in the last 5 innings. So, like I said, everybody hit. So 13-1, you can't say anything bad about that kind of game.
We had some Wake fans that were, I don't know, it's the ACC. I guess they just weren't. I guess they thought because they had shown up that they were supposed to get the win, right? But
yeah, well, I only saw like 3 or 4,
and they were upset.
And I did that. Well, I think what got them upset is we had a few hecklers over there, Niner hecklers.
There were, and we've seen these guys before. We don't know who they are either, but we need to find out. It's like 3 or 4. They're students. They gotta be students.
I think so. I saw them at the state game last year. Yeah, they were probably about 10 to 12 feet behind Lauren Hibbs and Bo Robinson.
and well, what was great? It was so cold that you could actually buy. What's the largest? Do they sell what's that big tall boy can of Budweiser? Is that
24?
Is it only 24?
I think so. I don't
Heck,
know.
you could have had a 64-ounce beer out there, and it would have never gotten warm. It was so cold. Your beer was actually getting colder as you were drinking it, right?
Yeah.
And these guys were let's say they were well oiled, and they were riding. And by the way, and I think you were the one to point this out, Kevin. These guys did that last year at NC State, and we were on the receiving end, and it didn't matter to them. They were just there. They were there to heckle, and they were very good at it.
They were there to cheer for the Niners and then heckle the other team, and that's what they did.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if it's the same guys that go over on the left field line.
Might be. I don't know.
Find that out.
Yeah, well, overall, a good time, except we got a little chilly, but nice big victory on a big stage like that. Look forward to doing it again on the weeks coming up.
Yeah, and then what? Now you mentioned this earlier, and I didn't believe you, but you showed me. What were you talking about?
Oh, yeah, well, so we beat Wake Forest on Tuesday, and ends up Saturday, they're wearing green jerseys now that their series against Louisville.
Now, Wake Forest wore green on Saturday.
Yeah, they wore some green jerseys. I'm guessing they wanted some of those hits that we had off of them. They wanted to rub off on their bats.
So we beat them so bad that they decided to get their own green jerseys.
I think so.
That's what you're telling me. Okay, because and this was my reaction, right? When I said that they're wearing green. Are you kidding me? Last time I saw them, they were black and blue. Oh, God, we need sound of. I need the producer Brad is doing the little drum cymbal thing but we don't have that. We don't have that. But anyway,
we need it. We need it for your jokes. Yeah.
Well, somebody's got to laugh at my jokes. But yeah, I mean, perfect night. Perfect. Other than the weather, the pitching was good. The offense, everybody hit, like you said, beautiful stuff. Let's hope we keep that going with the Uptown games, because we've got two more to get through, which we'll talk about in a minute. But so we move off of that win with Wake Forest, so solid midweek win, and then we're going in and we got to open up Conference USA play, right? We just and again I think we've said this before. We record this on Sunday night, so we're just a few hours removed from the series. This was a really weird weekend of baseball. I don't know another way to describe it, but the whole feel to the weekend was just really weird. It starts off on Friday night, and it's a wild game. We'll talk about that. It's a wild finish, walk-off win for the Niners. Saturday is an ugly game.
We're back and forth, and yeah, a lot of runs, a lot of bad defensive plays, both sides, and ugly game. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be honest. I don't think I'm saying anything here that the coaching staff hasn't said already. Niners get a series win. We take 2 out of 3.
Right.
Okay, that's good. It's positive. But there was a lot of ugly baseball played.
Yeah.
This weekend. I mean, by both teams. I mean, there was. It was
very sporadic, and there was some good innings mixed in here and there, but a lot of big innings. I noticed. So, a lot of back and forth offensively.
Why don't we start? Let's talk about that game Friday night, because that Friday night game was a lot of fun.
That was exciting. Exciting finish. It was exciting at the end. It was, like you said, it was back and forth, kind of ugly both sides, but had a walk-off win for the Niners. I mean, that was awesome. We were very excited leading into the weekend with that victory walk-off. If you weren't there, we'll go through that last inning if you want.
Yeah, let's do that, because this game was and I was there. Most of you were as well. This game was kind of boring, kind of disappointing going into the ninth. We go into the ninth down 9-5, and you're thinking it's starting to get a little bit cold, and you're thinking, man, we've got to get this game over with. Come back tomorrow. I got to go home and get warmed up. And then all heck breaks loose.
Yeah, so we're down 4 in the ninth. FIU goes to the pen. Reese Hampton leads off. Reese Hampton strikes out swinging, but reached first on a wild pitch.
Mm-hmm.
That's another key word is wild pitch for this inning. Hampton's on first. Mims singles to right field. Both runners advance. So we got first and second. Yet's at the plate. Single for Yet, infield single, so we got bases loaded. Nobody out. Ober grounds out to third, but Reese scores on the play. So we got bases loaded. Or no, I'm sorry. Second and third, 1 out.
Yeah.
1 run in. So we're down 3 at this point.
Yeah. At which point I'm thinking, okay, but still a long way to go.
Yeah, we got 2 guys on.
Yeah.
1 out. So then Elwood singles to left center, drives in Mims. Yep, moves over to third. We got first and third, 1 out, down by 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Smith grounded to short. Yet scored on that. So now we've got 2 outs. Man on second, down by 1.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm interested. Now I'm going, now wait a minute. This isn't really going to happen, is it?
So here we go. Elwood's on second. Wild pitch advances him to third. So we have man on third, 2 outs, down by 1. Guess what? Wild pitch.
Wild pitch.
Elwood scores tying run on a wild pitch.
All right.
Next pitch, Hunter Jones hit by pitch.
And let me just say right here, at this point, all this has happened, right? We've scored 4. In the most unlikely fashion, right? Some of it's our hitting, and some of it's them just screwing up. Try to put the ball in the catcher's mitt, right? And we're just sitting there, and I'm watching this. I'm going, I mean, let's go realistically. Look, folks, don't. You know who's going to be disappointed in me for saying this? It's Marlene. Hunter Jones' grandmother. She's going to be so disappointed, and I know she's going to talk to me about this. When we tied the game, I was starting to get a little cold. And we got Hunter's at the plate, but we got nobody on. And there's 2 outs. And I'm thinking, this is going to extras. And I want to get dinner. And I'm cold. This is going to extras. Right? That was selfish of me, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
It was. I'm telling you.
She should be angry with you. I'm angry with you.
She's going to be. I know it. But it's okay. I'll make it up to her somehow. But I'm thinking, this is going to extras. Then what happens,
After
Kevin?
you saw all these wild pitches, you still thought that.
If I only had the faith of a mustard seed, Kevin.
All right. Well, so Hunter Jones gets hit by a pitch. He's on first base.
Yeah.
Guess what happens next? Hunter Jones advances to second on a wild pitch. So guess what happens after that? Hunter Jones advances to third on a wild pitch.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think's going to happen next?
Well, we're at third, so we got the winning run at third, and we've got Tate Pennington at the plate, right? Tate to the plate,
Right.
And Tate's doing an awesome job at second. He's working on the bat. He's trying to get it worked, and I'm thinking, Tate, buddy, just a hit here, and I'm going to dinner, and I'm going to get warm, and I'm starting to believe a little bit, Kevin. I'm starting to believe.
Well, that's good. You should. Well,
what happened next?
So Tate Pennington has a swinging bunt.
Yeah, that's what you'd call it.
But he hustles and beats it out, beats the throw to first. Niner dugout erupts. Niners win with a walk-off.
And I'm happy.
And you get to go eat dinner.
Well, and honestly, at that point, I've forgotten about all that at that point. Because this has been so exciting that, we just won this game. Literally, I'd be interested to know how long that half inning was. 5 minutes before that, 10 minutes before that for sure, I'm sitting there going, man, we just dropped the opening game of the series. I'm thinking about all the I'm already mapping out all the implications of that, right? And then we've just done all this, and I'm over being cold now.
Right. Well, yeah, we gutted it out and kept battling back, and good things happened. They couldn't throw it across the plate. They threw it to the backstop quite a few times, actually. And we scratched enough runs to get a W. I will never apologize for winning a game in this conference. So
no,
we'll definitely take that. And it was an exciting way to finish to get a victory and to open up conference play.
Here's what I think is a good sign here. Pitching wise, Josh had been so good all season to this point, and you know what? He just didn't have his best stuff on Friday. It happens. You're going to have those days, right?
Right.
And he didn't have his best stuff, and so our Friday night guy had a bad day, and we got a W out of it.
Right. Yep. We kept battling back, and Josh, it was by far his worst outing of the year. He's been so great up to this point. early innings, he gave up the grand slam, and then how should I say this?
He had some help.
There was some umpiring shenanigans, I thought. During not that he gave the grand slam, and then next inning, couple innings, had bases loaded, nobody out, and yet ends up hitting a home run. It was a 3-run homer. Should have been more than that. We should have had more runs on the board than that. Mm-hmm. We ended up getting 2 out of that inning.
Yeah.
They called interference on the runner going into second base, and they automatically gave the double play, took the runs off the board.
Yeah, and what they had done was they threw the ball to second, and the relay throw, the relay throw from second to first wound up in our dugout, which should have advanced the runner to second automatically and put a couple more, at least one more run on the board, maybe more, and they took them off.
Yeah, and yet got the bomb after that, so it was a 3-run bomb instead of getting, was it 2-run? No, yeah, 2-run homer, right?
Yeah, it's home run.
It took men off first and second.
Yeah.
So anyway, after that inning, we're in the field, and we turn a double play to end the inning, but umpire says our foot was off the bag at second.
Yeah, it said Tate didn't have his foot on the bag.
Inning continues.
Same umpire, by the way.
And inning continues, and then we have FIU capitalized, and they got like 2 or 3 hits after that. So it was like a 6-run swing, 4 to 6-run swing anywhere, based on 2 calls that I disagree with. But I do have green tinted glasses, so.
That was a 3-run homer for Yet, by the way. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
But anyway, we should have had 2 runs on the board with Yet coming to the plate, and with Renner on second and third. Nobody out. Or 1 out, sorry. Anyway, neither here nor there. We worked through it and got the victory. You want to speak any more on those?
On this umpiring crew this weekend? Somebody, I'll give. This was a friend of ours, Jeff, said. He said this was an A10 weekend. We even had the A10 umpiring crew, and I agree with that. In particular, there was one guy. He was third base on Friday night, first base on yesterday, and then he was behind the plate on Sunday. Which frankly, by his best work, this guy's best work was behind the plate on Sunday.
It's because all eyes are on him when he's behind the plate, right?
Well, let me do this. We got time. We got all the time in the world, right?
Let's not dwell on this guy.
No. Let's just. Here's the thing. I'm gonna just get. If I can talk to Mike Hill like he's listening, I can talk to an umpire like he's listening.
I don't think he's going to listen to us.
He's not.
Mike Hill did, though. I'm sure Mike Hill listened to us.
Maybe. But the umpire's not listening. His name, by the way, is Kale. I'm not going to say his last name. If you really want to know that bad, look it up. But here's the thing, Kale. Here's the thing. You need to understand that no one, and I mean no one, buys a ticket to come to the Hayes or any other ballpark you ever call a game in to see you. You are not part of the show. And for the first 2 days, for sure, every situation you got a chance to, you made yourself part of the show. You stuck your nose into stuff that you're talking about stuff that's happening on the opposite side of the field. At one point yesterday, Kevin, he's getting upset. He's the first base umpire, and he's fussing at one of our guys, not one of our coaches, one of our guys in the dugout, because he said something about disagreeing with this ball and strike call at the plate. He's the first base umpire, and he's getting involved in that. On what day? On was it? When did we have Perry on the mound?
Was that?
Let me grab. Hold on.
It wasn't Saturday. It was either Friday.
If I'm gonna tell the story, I'm gonna tell it right. Where's Perry? Well, that's Friday. Yeah. The 10-9 game. Perry, pitch got away from him, and he hit a guy. It sounded worse. It was. I think it clipped his helmet, right? Made it sound. Perry was trying to go in and check on the player. It was an accident, nothing intentional. Our buddy, Mr. Umpire, tells Perry he can't go check on him. No, don't you go in there. Don't you go in there. You let us handle that. Don't go over there. Yet's trying to go over and check on him. Won't let him do it. And I'm like, what is your deal? See, that wasn't about him, but he made it about him. No. There was no heat there. It was an accident. Nobody was upset. Perry was trying to go in there. It's called sportsmanship, Kale. He was trying to go in and check on him, make sure he was all right. But no. Not me. I got to make this about me. Sorry.
All right. You feel better, don't you? You feel better, don't you?
Well, yeah, I feel better because we won 2 out of 3 games. But look.
You got to get it off your chest. Get it all out right now.
No. I will always go off on this one, Kevin, because we watch a lot of games, baseball, basketball, football. People make mistakes. People make calls, all that. It happens, right? But think about this. We saw this in basketball season. Ted Valentine. Everybody knows that Ted Valentine thinks he's part of the show, right?
Right.
And he got called out on it. I can't stand it when an umpire thinks that.
I agree. You're not there to be a part of the show. No one buys a ticket to see you.
If you do your job right, no one will even notice you.
Yep, that's what the best do.
And yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Thank you, Kevin. It's therapeutic.
Good. I'm glad you got that off your chest.
It's producer Brad's show.
Yeah, he's telling us to move on now.
Nah.
Offensively on Friday, like we mentioned, Pennington with the walk-off single. He was 1 for 3, scored 2 runs, 2 RBIs in the game. Yet had a 3-run homer, like we mentioned. He was 2 for 5. Mims and Over both 2 for 5. Elwood had that big RBI we mentioned. So the bats are still kind of carrying over a little bit from the Wake Forest game on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Is anybody hotter than Harris yet right now?
Man, he's been hot all year, man.
He is swinging the bat right now. I mean, you just see the confidence in him with the way he approaches things at the plate.
We had a lot of guys that are. Mims just haven't had a good week. A lot of it's hard to pick out any one guy from Tuesday because everybody was hitting Tuesday, but we had a lot of good guys offensively this weekend. We want to get into Saturday's game. You talked a little bit about it. Matt Brooks got to start. He had a little bit of rough time on Saturday. He ended up, I think, the main stat, he walked 6 guys and 3 of those walks scored. 2 of them were in the 3rd inning. He just couldn't pitch around those, and he ended up going 5. But rough start for him. Like the coach staff said, we're playing uphill. Mm-hmm. But we battled back. We pulled within 1 run. I think it was 6-7, 7-6. Camarada hit a homer. Ober hit a homer. Harris Yet, we talked about, he had 2 big hits to drive in runs, so we pulled within 1. And our bullpen, Horky came in, pitched 2 good innings, got into trouble in the 9th. Horky and Bruce came in, had a rough 9th inning. We gave up 5 in the 9th, and right after we had just pulled within 1, he kind of pulled it away from us. Couldn't have the walk-off come back the bottom of the 9th again. But, disappointing finish on that game. But moving on to Sunday.
Well, just real quick there to wrap that. I mean, and Lauren talked about this in his postgame too. The playing uphill, that was what was getting us. The playing uphill. I mean, we didn't lead Friday until 2 outs in the 9th, right? Yeah, and then we didn't lead at all on Saturday.
Yeah, they had Friday. They had the grand slam 4-0 on us right out the gate. We bounced back in that one, kept chipping away, and ended up having to get 5 in the 9th to win it. So
yeah. But Sunday we got ahead.
We jumped on them right away. Big 8-6 win over the Panthers, as you like to call them, the visitors.
Mm-hmm.
Cooner was on the mound. He got he pitched pretty good, I thought. He gave up 3 runs. Didn't have any walks, 4 Ks. Carson Pinckney came in. He ended up getting the win. He pitched okay. Patton closed it out. He was fired up. He had some FIU got some runners on, and they were putting on a bunting clinic there for a little bit. I think they popped up 5 straight bunt attempts.
Well, and they were ending up. I mean, I'm talking about pop up bunts because they were ending up on top of the press box up there.
One guy got pulled after he bunted 2 up into the net, and then he got pinch hit for when the guy ended up getting a hit. But they had runners first and second in that 8th inning. Tried to get him over. I think Patton ended up striking. He struck out the guy to end the inning. He was fired up, man. And,
yes, he was.
I don't blame him either. He was that was a big spot for him, big strikeout. We needed it big time, and
somebody else made this comment, and I'll steal it because I agree with it. I think there's something to it that he almost needs a little when he gets his back up against the wall. Talking about Patton,
right?
Trouble. It's like trouble is kind of where he thrives.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, there's no one on base, and I've got a 2-run lead. Well, that's no fun. Let's go for degree of difficulty here. And you know what? I mean, think about it. That sounds ridiculous, and it is. But he gets in trouble, and he gets out of it, and he is so fired up by getting out of it that it carries over into the 9th because he comes back in the 9th and takes it to him.
Yeah, he shut the door. And they got a guy on in the 9th. And FIU hit one to the wall, I believe. And then he ends up with a big K to end it. So, 2 big innings to close the door from Patton. It's good to see him. Good to see him fired up and closing the door on the weekend. So 2 out of 3, big weekend series win for the Niners to get a head start in Conference USA play.
Overall, the pitching this weekend, the starting pitching in particular, was shaky. We said Josh didn't have his best, and Brooks didn't really necessarily have his stuff all together this weekend either. But Lauren keeps talking about this. It's 30 games. It's a long grind, and we ran into some trouble, and we got a series win out of it. I mean that's what else can you want out of that?
Yeah, series win. I'll take it. The guys will definitely learn from that and build confidence based on getting these 2 W's.
And right now, I mean, we're an offensive minded club.
Well, I think we're still figuring out some things. Sometimes it's off. Sometimes our bats help us out, and sometimes our pitching just dominates. So it's still a work in progress, I think. And once we get clicking on all cylinders, I think we're going to be a really, really good ball club.
Think about how different that is from a lot of our old clubs, from particularly the A10 days. How many? It was always our pitching. We won a lot of 1-0 games. It was always about, well, can we get enough runs that we know what the pitching is going to do. The pitching is going to take care of what it needs to. It's how many runs can we score? Can we get the runs we need? Here, we're sort of in a more balanced approach here.
I think we're pretty balanced.
Yeah.
So I think, like I said, once we start getting clicking on all cylinders, this is going to be a really good ball club, I think.
Yeah. So I mean, we overcame a little shaky play this weekend. It happens. Got a series win. Overcame our friend. Which, by the way, Kel, just to wrap that up, if you're listening, which I know you're not, but you did a good job on Sunday behind the plate. So I'll give you credit for that. But let's take a look at because this week's not going to be any easier coming up. So Niners 3-1 on that week. Awesome start to conference play. Can't complain about that. But now we've got this really, really taxing week coming up. We're going to play 2 midweek games. We've got and they're against, depending on who you ask, Kevin, maybe the best team in the country.
One of the best teams.
They're certainly on a short list. They might, there are some folks that even think that this team might even be you know, might be the best team in the country. Arkansas Razorbacks are coming in here. We're going to play them downtown on Tuesday night, and then is that 7:05 again?
I believe so. Yes.
7:05 again, and then we play them on campus on Wednesday afternoon. And I think that game's is that 3:00 or 4:00?
That game's at 4.
4:00
on the schedule I have in front of me here.
Yeah, so 4:00. And so it's going to do a couple things. One, this is talk about elite level competition. We're facing it, and then the other question is, where do we go? We're not only talking about our fourth pitcher, but I think we could uptown. We're probably talking about Chase Gooding again.
Yeah, 2 games midweek. I think we mentioned this earlier. I think we were talking about this that I think we got 5 quality starters that have started for us this year.
Yeah.
The 3 weekend guys. And then, well, you throw Patton in there also. He started. He was a starter for us too. So there's 6 guys that have started for us. Patton's more in the closer role now, but we got Gooding. He's looked great in his two outings so far. One against Siena and one against Wake Forest last week. Put him out there probably on Tuesday, I would say, and then likely Colby Bruce. I'm not sure. He pitched a little bit. He pitched a little bit in relief
twice this weekend.
Yep. So I'm not sure what we'll do on Wednesday, if that's enough rest for him. But he could go Wednesday. That'd be great. We got he had a good start against Charleston Southern. Got a big victory down there on the road. So
Wednesday will be interesting to see how we handle it, just because of not only the second midweek game, but just the level of competition that we're facing. Right. It'll be interesting to see how we approach that.
Yeah, Arkansas is a great ball club. They're top 5 in the country, and they're on a 6-game win streak. They're rolling. They're 16-4. Just past week they swept number 4 Kentucky. They beat Texas 2 games during the midweek last week. So they beat a lot of good teams this year. So definitely have our work cut out for us. Hopefully we'll raise the level of play and see how we compare to the nation's elite.
This is, and Coach Hibbs talks about this, that we're going to go out and schedule, and this is, when the schedule comes out, right, and as a fan, and you look at, oh man, playing Arkansas, that's awesome, right? And then you get here and it's time to do it, and you're like, oh man, it's wow, 2 games against Arkansas midweek. Yeah. Oh.
Well, I like it as a fan because I'd rather see these big games, and we're talking about it. We're getting excited about it. Especially we're getting to play uptown, and we're getting a top 5 team in the country to come to our campus too, and that's a big deal. So really looking forward to it. They're a great ball club. I think last week they had 2 midweek games as well. Arkansas did. Just to give you an idea, kind of what we might see pitching wise. Casey Murphy's a left-handed pitcher, junior. He started the first game against Texas last week. He beat Texas. The second game, midweek game, they kind of did a bullpen type game. Hunter Milligan got to start, left-handed pitching freshman, but they had several guys. I think several guys pitched that game, so at least 6 pitchers they went through. So we might see a bullpen type day from them on Wednesday, but it'd be interesting to see what happens. I think we've got quality depth at our starting pitching spot, and anxious to see how we fare up.
Yeah, and I do. I gotta give. I give the staff credit. What's my favorite part of this is taking on Arkansas is that somebody new. I mean, it's not the sort of the same old ACC. It's
right.
I mean, people are gonna go. Well, people that in the know with college baseball will know where I'm coming from. It's like when we brought in Dallas Baptist. They don't have the brand name, right? But that's a big-time baseball school, and it's somebody that we wouldn't normally be up against. So we had Dallas Baptist in, bringing in Georgia, for example, Arkansas. It's new opponents, somebody new to go up against, as opposed to just doing
Yeah. The local guy. Yeah. Well, you might remember back in the 2011, I think it's 2011 tournament, we went out to Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah.
We beat them 3-2 down there, Arkansas. They had.
Is that Tyler Barnett on the start?
I think Andrew Smith got that start.
No, yeah. Andrew Smith. You're right.
Yeah. But yeah, we got a victory over there. So, we have some history there, and I think they beat us. They beat us again when we came back around to face them that tournament.
Yeah.
But
because we had to go up against Arizona State, and they.
Yeah, they were loaded.
I think they're. This is you. See if this is right. I literally think they had guys on their bench drafted that year, didn't they?
They were drafted the next year, I believe. But they had 8 guys.
I swear, I think that they had guys. Everybody on that roster, it seemed like was a draft pick.
They had a squad, that's for sure.
Yeah, so that was a crazy series. But yeah, then we got in the losers bracket against Arizona State and had to play Arkansas, and then they got us.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I think we're going down there next year. So good home and home series to put on the schedule.
So we're going to Arkansas.
I could be wrong. I thought I heard that somewhere, but
okay. We'll check on that.
Anyway, we got the midweek games. Then we have our conference series at Middle Tennessee. Go on the road for that. Middle Tennessee's 11-9 right now. They got a win over Tennessee midweek. This past week they took 2 out of 3 from Western Kentucky. Look at their starting pitching projected against us. They got a lefty senior going on their Friday night guy, Jake Wyrick. He's 0-0. He doesn't have a record, but he's got a 4.08 ERA. They got a righty on Saturday, righty junior Carson Lester. He's 1-2 with 7.77 ERA, and then a lefty on Sundays, freshman Peyton Wigington. He's 1-3, 8.10 ERA. So, that's our second conference, first road Conference USA series, and it'll be big to get on the road and hopefully get a road series victory.
And these guys, I mean, I don't have a good feel for them as far talking about Middle Tennessee. I mean, you're right; they've got some nice wins, but they've got some other. They kind of remind me as far as their resume right now, what they look like on paper. They kind of remind me of FIU coming into this weekend. They had some good results, but they also had some things that kind of make you scratch your head.
Right. Yeah, kind of up and down a little bit, but they, like I said, they took 2 out of 3 from Western this weekend, and so they're same record as we got going after week 1.
Yeah, and they've got a midweek against Lipscomb this week. So. And well, see, and that's another thing. They're playing one on Tuesday. We're playing a Tuesday and a Wednesday. So, Coach Doty's got to manage those arms for that too.
Yep. Don't want to burn out your weekend pitching, but I think we got some depth this year, and I think hopefully our starters can go deep on the midweek.
And I need to look this up. I meant to do that. Can we see those games? Can we see those games on Conference USA TV?
Yeah, I'm sure they can. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure Middle Tennessee has that set up.
Yeah.
There was somebody that didn't show baseball. I don't remember who it is.
I don't know. I think 2 years ago we watched it on that, but
yeah. I think you're right. Yeah, we should be able to see those online this weekend.
I think the Tuesday game is going to be on BN Network, right?
On a 25-minute delay or something like that.
Something like that,
delay.
yeah.
And all you've got to do is find BN. I mean, I used to have BN at one time, but I don't now. But it doesn't really matter because I'm just going to go to the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is going to be tough. And I don't know. It might be on. Is it going to be on UNC Charlotte TV too? Is that, or am I making that? I'm not sure about that.
I don't know. We'll tweet it out.
Yeah, we'll get that out. But sorry, excuse me. Well, what about let's just touch because this is good. We're going to be talking about this the rest of the season. The conference race is wide open at this point. We've got a few. There are a couple surprises in the league this weekend, or in the league overall. In fact, I think probably the league's 2 biggest surprises played each other this weekend. Kevin, do you know where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
Rice versus Louisiana Tech, right?
Right.
And how did that series
Oh
work
yeah,
out?
yeah. Louisiana Tech they swept Rice this weekend. So they're sitting at the top of the conference, 3-0. Southern Miss, they had a Sunday game rained out, so against UTSA, and they're 2-0, sitting in second place. That critical half game now, that could affect the standings at the end of the year. They got the half game, so they're going to play one less game than everybody else.
And that, we've had that too. That's happened.
Yes.
That's happened to us before.
Yeah. FAU's right up there with us. They took 2 out of 3 from ODU. We took 2 out of 3 from FIU. UAB took 2 out of 3 from Marshall. And like we mentioned, Middle Tennessee took 2 out of 3 from Western Kentucky. And that's all for the scoreboard.
Yeah, and I can't. I'm just waiting. Rice did this last year. They played dead for a while, right?
Right.
And then they came on, and we talked about this in the preseason that that you can't ever count them out.
Right.
But this feels a little different. We'll have to keep an eye on them.
Yeah,
But
they've had some injuries, I know, but we'll definitely be following them, and I'm sure they'll be playing full steam when we go up against them.
yeah, and Louisiana Tech, I think I don't remember, and I didn't look this up, but I don't remember where they were voted in the preseason. I don't remember that at all. But they're 15-6 now, 3-0 in the league, and I don't think anybody was really. Maybe some in Ruston were, but I don't think anybody outside of Ruston was necessarily thinking they were going to be 15-6 at this point. I mean, and they've got some solid wins too.
Yeah, they're a solid ball club too, and they're on a 3-game win streak. So
I mean, didn't they graduated? They graduate half their team last year.
Oh, it seems like it.
They had all they were JUCO heavy.
Yeah,
and we've got them in a few weeks, I think. We go there.
We go to Louisiana Tech in April, mid-April.
Yeah, so we'll see what they've got a little later on and all that. But it's going to be an interesting year. The league might be a little down here. The RPI numbers for the conference is starting to shake out, seeing what's going on. As of right now, I'm showing on Warren Nolan, Conference USA is in 13th. That's not where we're accustomed to being.
Got some room to improve, and I think we'll see ours go up a lot because we're playing some top opponents coming up. But
yeah,
we need some of the guys that we beat to win. So
that's the truth. And by the way, heck, if I'm already in trouble for talking about the umpire. Looking at you, Sienna, win a game. hook us up, help us out, win a game. They are now they're 0-17 now, and that's kind of it's not helping our cause here.
Yeah, I think they'll win some games in conference. They've played a pretty tough schedule, I think.
Yeah.
But, hopefully they'll win some games in conference. Hopefully they'll win their conference and pump our RPI up a little bit.
Or Iona.
Yeah.
They could win the league. That would help too.
But NC State's had some big wins. They're on our RPI, and
yeah, State's 18-3.
ECU's got some big wins. I think they swept Maryland this weekend. So, yeah, well, we'll see how it all falls together. So,
yeah. Well, let's see. As we start to wrap this up here, another week in the books. With the two Uptown games left, obviously one Tuesday night. Kevin, you want to tell everybody how they can get their tickets for that?
Yeah, just jump on the Knights website. They've got a little tab for tickets, and they got a tab for the Collegiate Baseball Series Uptown. I think it's Sunbelt sponsored, but click on that. They have our games up there, and grab your tickets. 2-ticket return.
Yeah, and I do. I have no idea, literally no idea how many Arkansas alumni are in this area, but it's honestly, it's probably more than Wake Forest.
It's an SEC school, and
yeah,
I expect a big crowd from Arkansas folks.
Heck, they may travel. You know these guys.
You're right.
They're serious. And then if you want to come out to the Hayes on Wednesday, check that out. You can get tickets. It's packthemind49.com there, right, or $49.49. Call the ticket office on campus, or just come out on Wednesday afternoon and buy a ticket. It would be a good opportunity. Obviously, no, with us on the road, no baseball at the Hayes this weekend, so nothing to do there. Contact info if you want to reach out to us. Questions, comments, complaints, direct all those to producer. No, I'm just kidding. You can email us at diamondninerfans@gmail.com. Always get up with us on Facebook at Diamond Niner Fans or at Diamond Niner Fans on Twitter. You can also, if you actually find a way to enjoy listening to us ramble on about baseball, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you'll get updates when we put new stuff out. Kevin, we did it again. This is week 6.
Wow, great week for the Niners.
3-1.
3-1, had a good week, so happy about that, and got the light rail now, and excited about everything here. Let's go.
All right. Maybe we'll see some of you on Wednesday. We hope to see everybody out on Tuesday down at BB&T Ballpark. So for producer Brad, Kevin, I'm Nick. We will see you guys at the Hayes.